the mountains of Highland Scotland. They form a dramatic landscape that never fails to intrigue and excite. They are steeped in a history that is sometimes bloody, sometimes glorious, and always fascinating. This journey takes us deep into the heart of some of the highest mountain ranges in Scotland, from Ben Nevis and the hills to the east, then south to the Moors. The long finger of the sea known as Loch Linnhe, where it meets the fresh water from Loch Leven. The Corran Narrows of Loch Linnhe. The ferry is one of Scotland's few remaining short-haul crossings. A luxurious pleasure cruiser making its way up Loch Linnhe towards Fort William and the locks of the Caledonian Canal. The town of Fort William. Formed to garrison troops, the town evolved briefly into the industrial powerhouse of Lochaber. Fort William now makes much of its money from tourists, attracted by a wide range of outdoor activities. Glen Nevis. No one is quite sure what the word Nevis means. One theory is that it is a corruption of the Gaelic word for poison or venom. And looming over it, the great brooding mass of Ben Nevis. At 4,406 feet, Ben Nevis is the highest mountain in the British Isles. A few years ago, the hotelier Rio Stakis horrified hill lovers when he suggested a funicular railway from Fort William to the summit. Not only is it Scotland's highest mountain, it is also the most popular. Around 70,000 people a year make their way to its summit plateau. A mile or so to the east of Ben Nevis and part of the Nevis Range, the long ridge of Carn Gerach Mionach and Carn Mór Gerach. This is a more adventurous route to the summit of Ben Nevis. The northeast face of the Ben. These high cliffs are some of the most challenging in Europe and have claimed many lives. They are particularly dangerous in winter. A near neighbour of the Ben, Anachbeck. Like many Scottish mountains, Anachbeck is a typical crag and tail formation. Sheer rock to the east side, a much more gradual slope to the west. Most of these mountains were scoured and shaped by deep glaciers flowing from the northwest. Anachbeck is one of only 8 mountains in Scotland that are over 4,000 feet high. Anachbeck sits at the south end of a 2-mile-long ridge and overlooks Glen Nevis. At the north end of the ridge, the slightly lower peak of Anachmore. Anachmore is now an important ski centre. Chairlifts and tows cover its slopes. In snowy winters, thousands of skiers and snowboarders flock to the pistes. Winter sports are an integral part of a local economy that is heavily dependent on tourism. Glen Nevis, which runs under the west and south flanks of Ben Nevis. The narrow valley was described by one Gaelic poet as a long, wild waste glen with thievish folk of evil habit.